You know how you and I are most alike?
Let me guess. You're an introvert.
I'm an introvert!
Whether you're an introvert or not, this video is for you, and here's why. I believe that personality psychology is so important because if we truly understand how people different from us are wired, we can learn from them and support them and build meaningful relationships instead of just passing judgment and seeing others as weird or odd. So if you're an introvert seeking some comfort or validation in that you're definitely not alone, or if you're an ambivert, which is a combination of both, or if you're an extrovert, just realizing the importance of understanding the people around you, because you definitely meet people every day that are introverts, then keep watching this video. Now, although there are some universal traits for introverts, everyone is still different, and I will only be speaking for myself and how it's been for me for basically my entire life. With that being said, I've also read a few books and articles on introversion. Alright, so for starters, hanging out with people gets exhausting after a while, especially if it's with people I don't know, or if it's in an environment where I'm expected to be outgoing and participate. And when I say exhausting, I mean literally, physically, and mentally tiring, drained of energy, and there's actually a term for this called introvert hangover. Most people don't like small talk, but it tends to be particularly uncomfortable for introverts. And there's a book called Introvert Power by Dr. Lori Helgo, and in there she writes, "Introverts do not hate small talk because we dislike people. We hate small talk because we hate the barrier it creates between people." Basically, she writes that small talk keeps the conversation on surface level and creates no room for meaningful interaction. It doesn't really allow people to be vulnerable and honest, and that just is not stimulating enough because we usually like to dive deep. My alone time is where I recharge. Now, being alone does not mean being lonely. One of the best feelings in the world, and probably one of the most important feelings in the world, especially as an introvert, is having people that love me and make damn sure I know it, but that also leave me to have my alone time because they understand that that's what I need. Because I seek out very close and meaningful relationships, I don't have that many people in my life that I consider my actual friends. I only have about a handful of those, which, by the way, I think is perfectly enough, and I'm super grateful for them. But I simply can't maintain relationships where I'm expected to talk on the phone every day or to hang out every day, because hanging out is like half a party to me. Now, because introverts usually don't take up that much space, will often be overlooked or overshadowed or misjudged, and people will often think that we're just being shy, which, by the way, is not the same thing as being an introvert. Personally, I'm not shy, and for that reason, they will often try to bring us out of our shell. Little do they know, my shell is a beautiful place, and that's where I'd rather be. Which brings me to my last point. I've accepted the fact that people who don't understand introverts are sometimes going to think I'm just uninterested or sometimes even rude, when in reality I'm just busy pondering the universe that is inside my head. Now, to wrap up, if you're an introvert, stop making excuses for who you are. I know it can be difficult because we live in an extroverted world, but I'm here to tell you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, and it's perfectly fine to be quiet, and it's perfectly fine to want to be in the background and to be happy with it. And I know people are going to ask you again and again if you're okay and why you're being so quiet, but stop excusing it with, "I'm just tired." Although that can often be the case because we often get very tired from social interaction. And just answer them and say, "I'm fine. Why are you so talkative?" No, don't say that. Just say something like, "I'm enjoying the silence. I think it's beautiful." Now, if you're an extrovert, I am in no way trying to put you down. Some of the best people I know are extroverts. I just hope that you will be interested in learning more about introverts so that the next time you're having lunch with colleagues, you won't think that the quiet person is just being uninterested or rude. Although that might be the case, chances are they are just an introvert who is enjoying the conversation just as much as the person who is talking the most, and they just have a different way of showing it. Also, extroverts and introverts often attract because opposites attract, so I believe it's a good idea to try and understand each other so that we can make the most out of our relationships. Now, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Please let me know in the comments. Perhaps you're in a relationship with an introvert. Share your story. Could you relate to anything that I said? Let me know, let's chat in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.
The way you described it
Yeah.
in the book, I like that is so me.
Yeah.
I've been at parties where I have to get up and leave,
Take a
and I'm just
break.
in the bathroom.
Recharge. Yeah.
Recharge.
I love the bathroom.
Love it.
Love to hide in the bathroom.
Love to hide in the bathroom.